Children, up to now we have discussed the different concepts in this chapter. That is, what are the different safety rules and what are the different safety habits we have to follow in our daily life in different situations to prevent from the injuries and accidents. And also we have learned about first aid and what are the different first aids we have to take for different injuries like cuts, burns, bleeding nose and animal bites. In this way we have learned the subject about the first aid and what are the different steps we have to follow while doing first aid. So now we are enter the next topic, that is the activity part in this chapter. So in this activity part we will practice some questions and answers, and we will practice the fill in the blanks, and we will practice match the following, and we will practice true or false and fun activities in this activity part. So let us see the first section in the activity part. So look at the screen, children. Here the first section is answer these questions. So now there may be some questions. So there will be some questions and we have to write answers for those questions. So first read the question. What is the first question? What is a balanced diet? And so see the children answer. The balanced diet is the diet which includes right amount of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, roughage and water. So children, what is a balanced diet? Already we have learned at the beginning of this chapter about the balanced diet. So everyone should take a balanced diet to keep their bodies very healthy and fit. So what is the balanced diet? So generally we will take a different types of food during the lunch and dinner, and everybody should take care that you have to cover those food items during your lunch and dinner which have these items. That is, which have proteins, vitamins, minerals, fats and roughage and water. So that's why you have to eat those items, those food items which gives these items to our body. So generally we will get different types of these carbohydrates and proteins by eating especially milk, egg and meat, and also some leafy vegetables and fresh fruits. So if you follow these food habits, so then we definitely becomes a balanced diet. So shall I read the second question? What causes accidents? What causes accidents? So shall I read the answer? State of carelessness causes accidents. So children, already we have discussed why the accidents are takes place. So because of our carelessness. The accidents will take place, and also the injuries also will cause because of our carelessness. That's why we have to follow some rules, that is the safety rules, while we are outside the house and also when we are inside the house. So if you are outside the house, that means if you are walking on the road, and if you are traveling in your vehicle, or if you are playing in your playground, and if you are in a swimming pool, so everywhere you are, we have to follow some safety rules, then we can prevent accidents. So that's why should not carelessness. We should take care while where you are, then we will prevent accidents. So what is the cause of accidents? The main reason is our carelessness. So see the next question. What do you mean by first aid? So what do you mean by first aid? The temporary relief given to any injured or sick person before the doctor arrives is called first aid. So children, what is first aid? The temporary relief given to any injured or sick person before the doctor arrives is called first aid. We have learned about first aid in the chapter. And we have also learned about different types of first aids we have to give for different types of injuries. So what is the first aid means? So if any person gets injured or gets sick, so sometimes it may take some time, or sometimes it is not possible to get the doctor at that spot immediately. So during that meantime, the doctor has arrived to that place. We have to give some assistance or some medical help to the injured person. So that medical help given to the injured person is called first aid. So children, read the fourth question. How would you help someone with a sprain? So children, how would you help someone with a sprain? So read the answer, children. I help someone with a sprain. The first one is by using a cold ice pack. And second one, by applying ointments such as Iodex, Relaxil, etc. And next one is, and by making the person not to move the sprained part. So children, generally these sprains will take place while you are playing, and if you skids or if you place your feet on any rocks. So that's why, so the sprains will be takes place mainly at the joints of the bones, and they will cause a lot of pain, and even we cannot walk and even we cannot move that part which gets sprained. So that's why first use a cold ice pack. So this cold ice pack will give some relief for this pain. And by applying ointments such as Iodex, Relaxil. So every day, so children, so if the pain is not relieved, if you not get relief from the pain, then apply some ointments like Iodex and Relaxil on the sprain area. So at least 3 times per day or 2 times per day, then we will get relief from the pain caused by sprain. And third one is, and by making the person not to move the sprained part. So children, so don't move the sprained part. So if you don't move the sprained part, so the pain will be healed very quickly. So if you move the sprained part, it will take more time to get healed. So children, so these are some questions, and note down these questions and answers in your note. So children, read the fifth question. What should you do as a first aid if someone gets a chemical burn? So there are a lot of types of burns there. So read the answer. I wash the affected area with plenty of water to remove the chemical. And second one is, I give first aid as for the other burns. So children, so we have discussed what first aid have to give for the chemical burns. There are different types of burns, that is minor burns, severe burns, and burns in the houses, and if you get burns by the clothes. So these are the different types of burns we have discussed. So especially in the case of chemical burns, first wash the affected area with plenty of water. So if you wash the affected area with water, this water will wash away some chemicals present in that area. And the next step is, you have to follow the steps which you follow in other cases of burns. That is, apply some ointment on the burnt area, and apply some band-aid on the burnt area, and also consult the doctor immediately. So this is answer for the fifth question. Children, read the sixth question. Write about the first aid to be given in case of nose bleeding. So children, read the answer. In case of nose bleeding, we keep the injured person stand straighter or lay him down, keeping his head back and closing his nose tightly. So, children, what is nose bleeding? So, generally we observe in some children and in some people, so suddenly the blood will come out from their nose and it will continuously bleeding and it may not stop. So, that is called nose bleeding. And what we have to do immediately, if any person has a nose bleeding, so we keep the injured person stand upright or lay him down on any table and keep his head backside. So, and close his nose tightly with fingers. And second one is, we put a wet towel on his head, it will stop bleeding in few minutes. So, immediately, so put a wet cloth. So, take a cloth and soak the water soak the cloth in the water and put that wet cloth on his head. It will prevent from the nose bleeding after a few minutes. And third one is, we ask the patient to breathe through his mouth. So children, so while we are closing the mouth tightly, then ask the patient to breathe with his mouth. Because it is not possible to breathe through his nose because we have closed his nose. So that's why ask him to breathe with his mouth. And children, this is the fourth one. For heavy bleeding, we consult the doctor immediately. So if the bleeding is heavy or if the bleeding does not stop, if the bleeding continues, so consult the doctor immediately. So children, read the seventh question. Write about the first aid to be given in case of snake bite. So already we have discussed about the first aid given to the snake bite suspicion. So generally children, so there will be two types of snakes. The first one is poisonous snakes and second type is non-poisonous snakes. So that's why immediately we have to identify whether the snake bite is caused by poisonous or non-poisonous. So read the answer here. We should not allow the victim to move. And children, read the second one. We apply a tight bandage just above the bite to stop the flow of blood to the heart. And see the third one. We take the victim to the doctor. The doctor gives anti-venom injections to remove the poison from the body of the patient. So children, so these are the steps in the first aid given to the snake bite. So what is the snake bite here? First, we have to, we should not move the patient. We should not move the victim. And second one is, apply a tight bandage just above the bite area. So because, so if you do not tie the bandage, so there will be a flow of poison along with the blood to the heart. So it will lead to the stop the functioning of the heart and it may lead to the death. So that's why, so we have to tie a bandage tightly just above the bite area. It prevents the flowing of the poison and blood to the heart. And the third one is, so immediately the patient is taken to the doctor. The doctor will give an anti-venom injection. So what is anti-venom injection? So anti-venom injection will neutralize the effect of the poison on the body. So children, so these are the questions and answers. So note down these questions and answers in your notebook. So children, let us see the second section in the activity part. That is, write T for true and F for false. So in this section, they have given 7 sentences and we have to read each sentence and understand its meaning. And if the sentence is wrong, that is false, write F in the box. And if the sentence is correct, that is true, write T in the box. So children, so read the 7 sentences first. So what is the first sentence? We should eat a balanced diet. And what is the second sentence? Walk on the footpath. And read the third sentence. State of carefulness always results in an accident. And what is the fourth sentence? The burnt part of the body should be treated with too cold water. And what is the fifth sentence? Extinguishers should be used to put off the fire. And what is the sixth sentence? If the wound is bleeding, leave it open. And read the seventh sentence. In case of snake bite, doctor gives anti-venom injections. So children, so these are the sentences they have given. So now let us see the answers for these sentences. So let us see the answers here. So what is the answer for the first sentence? The answer for the first sentence is true. That means the first sentence is correct. So that is, we should eat balanced diet. So if you eat balanced diet, so it will give vitamins, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, so to your body, and it keeps your body very healthy, fit and strong. The first sentence is correct. And what is the answer for the second sentence? That is true. That is, the second sentence is also correct. That is, walk on the footpath. So children, it is a good safety habit for the walkers to walk on the footpath or to keep to the left side of the road while we are walking. So this is one of the best foot safety habit you have to follow while you are walking on the road. So read the third sentence. The answer for the third sentence is F, that is false. That is, the third sentence is wrong. What is the wrong here? State of carefulness always results in an accident. So children, state of carefulness is always results in accident. So if you are careful, why the accidents will take place? So if you are very careful when you are walking, when you are in vehicle, and when you are in swimming pool, when you are in house, so if you are very careful, then there will be no accidents takes place. So but here, state of carefulness always results in accident. So this is wrong. So the answer for the fourth sentence is F. That is false. That is, the fourth sentence is also wrong. So what is wrong here? The burnt part of the body should be treated with too cold water. So remember children, so don't treat the burnt part with very too cold water. So we have to use a mild cold water. So we have to keep the burnt area under the flow of a mild cold water but not very too cold water. So the fourth sentence is also wrong. And the answer for the fifth sentence is true. That is, the fifth sentence is correct. That is, extinguishers should be used to put out the fire. So what are the extinguishers? So the extinguishers are used to put out the fire in the fire accidents. So these extinguishers should also act effectively in the case of fires caused by oils, kerosene and petrol. So that's why extinguishers should be used to put out the fire. And the answer for the sixth sentence is F, that is false. That means the sixth sentence is wrong. What is the wrong here? If the wound is bleeding, leave it open. So if you leave the bleeding wound open, there will be a loss of blood continuously and it will becomes the patient weak and sometimes leads to death. So that's why we should not leave the bleeding wound open and we should stop that bleeding by pressing the cotton over it. So that's why children, the sixth sentence is wrong. And the answer for the seventh sentence is true. That is, the seventh sentence is correct. In case of snake bite, doctor gives anti-venom injection. So anti-venom, venom means poison. So anti-poison. So which acts against to the poison and which acts against to the effects caused by the poison, and this antivenom injection neutralizes the effect of the poison on the body and keeps and protects the life of the person. So children, so these are the true and false sentences. Note down these sentences in your notebook.